Another season, another disappointing end. We are now about to head into the offseason following another high-scoring loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. In case you didn't see last episode, definitely take a look at it, because the title of the craziest or greatest playoff game ever is kind of true, because the score was insanely high. Obviously, our defense could not make a stop to save their lives, and one interception. That's all it takes. One interception, and the Chiefs are victors, headed on to the Super Bowl. Richie James was hard to stop. We had a lot of big play scores, and it just wasn't enough because, once again, we just couldn't get them off the field. And the craziest part is, I would say, technically speaking, our defense is probably better than our offense. Of course, we want to take a look at the Chiefs-Cowboys Super Bowl, see who wins that one, and then take a look at our potential dev-ups. We should have a couple on defense, speaking of, and the Chiefs do win the Super Bowl. Who would have thought? Adjust the lineup. Anyone on offense would have maybe went up in dev, though. Was Boyer wasn't Superstar, right? He was always Star. So Superstar for Boyer. What is one of his abilities? Short, Out Elite, and Spin Cycle. What's his spinning ability? He has a little bit of Stiff Arm. So I say if we were going to allow him to have any ability, if he can, it would probably be Armbar, right? So Short Out Elite and Armbar seems pretty good. Pretty good combination. Short Out Elite being better than Armbar, obviously. And then everyone else on offense was already where they are. And then looking at the defense. Oh, okay, there seems to be a lot of dev-ups here. Griffin and Clayton. Even Griffin went up in dev. Don't know if that's really going to change much, as all he has is Return Man, and the other options aren't really that great. But Clayton getting to Superstar is massive. Obviously, he deserved it, because did he actually finish with double-digit interceptions? He definitely finished very high. Let's take a look. Did he? Number 10. 10 interceptions on the nose. What a season for that man. Obviously, the youngsters are really taking over. Let's take a look at his abilities. Outside Shade, Bench Press, and Mid-Zone KO. I really don't think there's a need to change any of that. I think that is all super good, but not overpowered. I think Inside Shade's a little bit better than Outside Shade, and I think, Bench Press isn't as good as it used to be, and all these different things. But a lot of other dev-ups, right? Griffin, I believe, went up in dev. I mean, won Rookie of the Year, I'm pretty sure, so it would make sense. What is it ability? He has no abilities. Okay, that might be another wheel spin situation. Probably do that near the end of this episode. Potential wheel spin abilities. What do we got for the Power Rusher? +2, which now puts him at 91. And his block shed's already really good. But let's keep going Power Rusher, because even though he had a decent season statistically, another +2. He wasn't super consistent, and we used him a lot. Take a look at the rest of the players. Christian Harris went up in dev, but we'll see that in a sec. Sermon, 79 overall, Superstar. I mean, the whole damn team got Superstar, it seems. A Reach Elite's not terrible, even though he doesn't really, run up to the line of scrimmage often. Like, we don't have him rushing the quarterback or really stopping the run much. Henry, was he already Star? When was he Star? Is this new? I don't see a dev up, but he was normal, wasn't he? It's just the whole team go up in dev on defense. I mean, we just lost in the playoffs because our defense sucked, yet everyone got a dev up, apparently. Abilities, ooh, that is like the best ability you can get for a linebacker, unless they're a pass rusher. Well, lurker, I suppose, but what is his other abilities? Persistent, which doesn't make any sense because he is not able to go in the zone. And then recuperation, maybe for a linebacker, especially if you're running around with him a lot, isn't the worst. But damn, Christian Harris going up in dev is crazy. Still going to go with the run stopper just because that's the best way to get a mix of both. Except for this time, block shed is now really zooming at, is that an 86 block shed, 81 zone coverage? He is the best linebacker in the league, or off ball at least, I would imagine, or very close to it. There might be some guys with better zone, better man, maybe better block shed, but there's no way they have all of that with the speed, which is, really where that best comes into play. Looking at the rest of the squad, though, I mean, that's really that. I mean, there's really not many players to, dev up. Obviously, they still need to develop, but as far as like getting their development trade up. There's not really much to do. I will say I'm not completely satisfied with the linebacking group. Scott he's okay, but I feel like he makes a lot of mistakes, so we'll look at the linebacker position. We're not going to leave any stone unturned. So let's make sure that we have every single best player possible. Maybe even DT. We do have Creed, though, so we have a lot of depth there. Edge for backup wouldn't hurt, but, Glover gets hurt a lot, and he's not always super consistent, so I'm not, locked in with any of our players saying, oh, well, they're all, we're fine, we don't need anyone. But I will say, in general, the biggest concern is probably the offensive line, maybe replacing Wynn, maybe getting someone better than Kenyon Green. I mean, at times, Kenyon Green, he throws caution to the wind, and he's just top-notch and just always, making a good block. And then there's other times where he just double teams when he doesn't need to and then just leaves us free to get smoked on. But we also did have other issues. We had Petrie that we did not re-sign because we were kind of broke. I don't know what kind of money we got, so we didn't re-sign Petrie, and at the time at least, he really wasn't playing too well. So obviously you have the 5th-year option for Will Anderson. Petrie wants even more money than before. The 5th-year option for Stroud really isn't even that great, but what I worry about is the fact that his re-sign interest is low, so it might be hard to get him back. Kenyon Green actually needs to be re-signed right now. The money's not terrible, but ours is. Like Will Anderson, he obviously needs the 5th-year option, so he gets that. Does that affect the cap room? How does that work? Like, should the money not be changing? Or is the 5th-year option already, like, factored in, and we would have saved more money by, like, not doing that? Of course, Petrie is now 27, which feels like ancient. I don't know how the hell he's this old already. I don't want to lose him, but at the same time, can we afford to keep him? Like, that's over 10 a per. That would put us at, what, 57 mil? And Stroud's looking at 50 plus? I mean, we're definitely losing some depth. We need a new right tackle for sure. I can't keep Wynn. Fairburn's my boy, so I have to keep him. 1 year 6 is quite expensive. I might have been able to do a little bit lower than that, to be honest. 61 mil now. Kickers are important, though, so, I mean, there was no arguing that one. Sucks to lose Shaquille Griffin. He's given us so many good years, and he's finally superstar. Can we keep Kenyon Green? I think he just replaced Kenyon Green. I mean, he's going to ask for at least 2-year 12 minimum, and his pass block is, less than desirable, I suppose, and we've been, deving up that Leonard guy. I don't know if he'll ever actually be truly good. We can afford... So he wants about 16 mil. That would put us at 45 mil. There's no way he takes a 1-year deal, though, does he? 1 year, 16.5? Oh, how much is the tag, though? All right, so we're going to tag Petrie. I don't know where that puts us next season. 5th-year option for C.J. Stroud. He's going to want a lot anyways. I think you do it, right? Are we broke now, or what's the story? I think we are broke, but we're, like, future broke. We're fine for the moment at hand, but once it actually hits the year that 5th-year option, like, actually comes into play, that's when things go bad. Painter, I mean, I think, honestly, at this point, fullbacks, it's just whatever one we get is one we get. 1 year 2 is, I mean, we can probably get a 1 year 1. I mean, that's kind of desperate, though. Can't even afford a fullback. I mean, can we drop him to a 1 year 1.5? Really? Enjoyed playing for you? If a fullback gets any sort of contract that has any sort of guarantee, let's be honest, they should take that deal. Do we actually need to... Where's our coordinators? Yo, where do they go? No way we have to restart. Where did they go? Oh, no. This is bad. Why did that happen? We do get a hiring bonus. Were any of them here? To be fair, I didn't have a, like, set scheme at the time, so... X Factor ready, X Factor ready, X Factor ready, X Factor ready, X Factor ready. I want to find someone that looks young. He looks not super young. Iffy, young-ish, super young. Very young, but he doesn't have the offensive line guru. What the hell? Wait, which one do I want? I want the one with the running back. Can I? Oh, I can look at their trees, actually. Okay, let's see. I want the one... These are OCs, so where's the one with the speed? Oh, there's the one for the speed with the running back. Wow, we just got scammed insanely hard. Why was that the case? I don't understand why we just lost, like, everything we know. Offensive line blocking. Are they all, like, pretty much the same? Oh, that's all for running back. Okay, so this guy sucks. He gives, like, no speed for any player. Is Brian Warner the guy we just looked at? So a bunch of, like, trucking and whatnot. Pretty garbage. He's terrible. Keith Wright. Who the hell were we just looking at? I mean, acceleration. That's some booty. All right. Throw on the run. That's not bad, obviously. We want one with the speed and the quarterbacking. Oh, wait. He's got 2 for short route. Oh, man. Well, that kind of sucks because that was like very close to what we wanted, but not quite. Jarrett House, I think, might have been our guy, right? He's got the speed. No, he's got like wide receiver stuff. I will say, though, do we actually need anything for our quarterback? I think that might be the guy, Jarrett House. Let's actually take a look at Walt Davis. I was kind of screwing around with the whole, like, we need someone young thing. He doesn't have anything either. I think it might just be Jarrett House, right? I'm going to go Jarrett House for the OC. And then the DC. This guy has a lot. Clyde Holland might even be the guy we had. I don't know. This kind of looks like what we had. No? It's a bunch of... Nah, it's definitely... We would not have upgraded all that garbage. We wanted the one with the... You want the one with the cornerback speed. Oh, yeah. Okay, dude. What a decision. I'm not going to spend points to respec on this guy. I'd rather just get someone brand new. This one has he's got a couple. Boost awareness. Oh my god, what is wrong with these? These are so bad. They're all just so dumb. Who was it that we were just looking at? That guy? Standard 4-3. I think this is our guy, right? Does he have the speed for the outside linebackers? Speed for DNs, speed for outside line. Okay, this is the guy. This be our man's Sammy Rios. Even though, you know, we get the hiring bonus, but I'm going to be honest with you. That doesn't really change much because the points we spent were way more than 243. It wasn't even close. Like, we would have weeks where we had like 60 to 90. I'd spend them. Another 2 weeks later, 60 to 90. We just lost like 3 or 4 seasons worth of like stuff. I don't understand why either. That's so dumb. Let's make sure we have no one else that we want to resign. So, Kenyon Green, man. Every time I look at his ratings, they actually kind of get better in my mind. I don't know why. So, obviously, he's not very fast, which is kind of a problem because we usually do need our guard to go next level. Very good run blocker, though. But pass block base is only 70. I don't know. What's his actual, like, stats? What's it like? What's he giving up? 2 sacks. So the pass block, I mean, we're kind of broke. I'd be willing to do a 2-year 13. Okay, so you re-sign on a 2-year 13. I think that's good money for us. 42 mil left. I mean, we'll live with it. We'll live with it. Let's go to free agency. I don't know if we'll spend much in free agency, if all. Obviously, we're going to pay attention to it just in case, but biggest position would be like DT. Joel Bitonio, that's an interesting name, but that's kind of expensive. Can he play right tackle? I need a tackle. Trent Brown, maybe? I don't know. I don't think he's going to be very good at pass blocking, specifically like finesse. So, I don't know. These are going to be some pretty weak names as well in general. I doubt we're going to find anyone, you know, strong at their position compared to what we have. Yeah, I mean, Drake Jackson, but we don't need edge. He's very good for, like, backup. The league just broke because there's like nobody offering on any of these players, really. Some of the offensive linemen, I suppose, but you know, those defenders, there's like no offers at all. So let's take a look at Joel Bitonio. I mean, O-line's really just not a problem, and I think we need to save money to keep our team intact. Oh wow, Trent Brown's actually better than I thought. His run blocking's kind of iffy though. Which, I mean, I do like to have decent run blocking. I would offer him maybe, I don't know, 1 year 11? Is that, like, fair? Wouldn't have to draft that position, could get better depth, or just even future-proof the lineman spot. Like with, we have, what's his name? Leonard, that's another name. Jelani Woods. Backup tight end is somewhat of a problem. Maybe that's what we draft decently high, just to have a really good tight end group. Or maybe you get Chase Claypool, move him to tight end, but I don't think his run blocking is very good. Wide receivers, I don't think we really need those. Running back, maybe. Washington's good enough, though. I think it would be more of like if there was a cool name there. A.J. Dillon, I mean, we don't really need a power back. Pierce is that all wrapped into one, so it's really just like a third down back that we need to be able to catch a ball out of the backfield likely. I think we're going to keep it pretty light in free agency. That might just be all we do. Could use another corner. What about cornerbacks? Shaquille Griffin, people want him. They want him just because he's superstar. Anyone else? Like any speed? Cordell Flott, nobody wants him. More of a safety than a corner. I mean, I'm kind of down to do like a 1-year 3. Another yellowish interest, kind of orange. Colors are tough. They're very difficult to read. Booth, a little bit faster than I would have thought. It's interesting. I like to have someone somewhat young there, just, even if they're not going to become like a superstar, all-pro, great player, they at least are young enough to where, like, okay, at least, something crazy happened. They're potentially down the line usable. Another kind of bad interest player. Linebacker, I think we're fine on for now. Let's see if we get anyone. Probably not, though, right? Okay, so the Chiefs are... Oh, no. Now this has become personal. This has kind of become personal now for me. Oh, my God. Okay, that's a little high. That's a little... Can we do something like this? I don't want them to have him. That's all that matters now. And we got 2. We actually got Cordell Flott on a 1-year 3, and then Trent Brown on a 1-year 12.5. Maybe I should have just not had that happen, but he is huge, and I fall for that. That is something that wins in my book. 25 mil. We may be screwed in the future, but that's for future us to worry about. He joins the team and he's immediately regressed. He's immediately sad. Why? Just go to right tackle and relax yourself. This is a great team you just joined. You're welcome. All right, we're officially on to the private workout section of the offseason, which means we're just about to hit the draft. And there's a lot of different players I have. I have no idea who I want to focus on. Trade offers, Tank Dell. That's actually a good point. I was thinking about trading him, actually. If there's anyone decent. Charbonnet is interesting, actually. A couple of running backs. So Derby and Charbonnet and Jackson and some other guys. And a lot of running backs, which, I mean, I don't think we need a running back. Oh, now they want to offer Conklin. Oh, yeah, a little late for that. Trent Brown's on the team now. But let's see. Seahawks, Raiders, and I guess Packers. So Charbonnet obviously is a good power back, but that's kind of all he is. We just talked about not really needing a power back, so I think Charbonnet is off the list for now. Derby is an interesting name, though. Super athletic. What's that change direction? 93. Ooh. Derby is interesting, but I don't want to lose Washington. I kind of like my boy Washington. Do we really need a running back that bad? Probably not, right? Nah, you know what? I think we're just going to trade Tank Dell for an actual draft pick. Wow, we actually got a second-round pick for Tank Dell. Tank Dell and a fourth-round pick for pick 47 from Green Bay. I will say, though, he is now their number 2 wide receiver. He's pretty good, though, right? Like, release is a little iffy, but route running's, very solid. Catching's very solid. I mean, he's basically another Jaden Reed. A little bit smaller, obviously, but, kind of similar. And now this is pretty much our scouted board, our draft board. Obviously, I'm not going to scout Foster, even though he might be insanely good, because we're not going to have a top 5 pick. But 1 to 2, 2 to 3s, obviously that's kind of our range. Ruiz, I mean, I like linemen, and we probably need a lineman, but we do have Trent Brown now, so if we're going to get anyone, it would probably be replacing Kenyon Green, who is on the roster still. So at the end of the day, we don't even need to, but it would be something I'd look at. First round lineman, I'll allow one guy to be scouted there. Maybe not. I might just go for Phillips. first round lineman when we don't technically need one, but Phillips looks really good. If I'm going to go for a first round lineman, I want to know more about them. Edge rusher, I put a couple on the list. We have a really big nose tackle, really big nose. He's on the list. Bags apparently is a 2 to 3 talent grade. I still kept him on there because he's a pass rusher, and you usually don't get pass rushers anywhere near 1 to 2. So if he's there, even at 2 to 3, I might do it. We'll see. Cornerback, there's a 6'5 corner. There's a 6'4 corner, but they are on the slower side. They're still interesting, though, because they're 3 to 4s. Safety, it's on the list, but we have 2 speed wide receivers similar to Ford as well, and I actually, surprisingly, don't have more names that I was going to scout, so linebacker Reese, maybe, because the other linebackers, it's like, okay, we want him, but Reese, even with the zone coverage, the block shed and tackling are really, really bad. Maybe I don't want him, so we'll scout him further, and then maybe we'll just throw one more lineman on the list. Is there a DT? Nance. I don't know if I go first round DT when we have 2 good ones. A later guy makes sense, but I don't know about that. Kilroy, I think he's kind of just off the list at this point. Schultz is interesting. What about Morgan? Let's throw those names on there. All right, it's officially time to start the draft. Let's see. So we obviously have pick 30, the Browns with pick number 1 overall. I guess you have to skip a little bit because we're not going to be trading up this high. We do have that extra second round pick, so we could easily move from 30 to like 20-something if we have to without any troubles. And Foster must have been that good. He was pick number 1 overall. And then Tracy goes number 2 overall. Nathan Green goes number 3 overall. And first pick in 3 picks is a non-offensive tackle. That must have been the first time that's ever been 3 left tackles in a row. There's no way. There's just no way. Another edge rusher for the Raiders. DT for the Broncos. Right end for the Lions. Obviously kind of trying to pay attention to anyone that's in our division. Just see if we're going against a team that's woken up. Wilder. Jaguars are coming up here, as you could see. Let's see who they end up taking. Packers with Phillips. Was that not our guy? 1 to 2 Phillips gone already. Wow, that is quicker than I would have thought, let me tell you that much. That was our guy, right? Yeah, wow, okay, so I don't feel super bad because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to take him. He's not even there, not even close. Bags, they actually took him. Okay, let's see what he's like after the draft. And then the Colts with a lineman, fair enough. Their line was kind of iffy. Titans are kind of coming up too. Do we slow this thing down a little bit? Is that corner still there? We don't need a corner, but like best available pick-wise, Pearson looked pretty good. I didn't scout him further because I was like, I don't know if I want him, but I didn't really scout him enough. But he is super speedy, and that's why I kind of want him. I mean, elite jumping, elite speed, elite change of direction, great excel, great agility. Like, that is really good. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's there at 30. 1 to 2 sometimes is good into the second round. I highly doubt it, though, but we'll see. So far, so good. I mean, I'm going to pause here a little bit. Maybe he gets to 30. I don't know, but let's take a look at the corners real quick. I know we just got, so Noah Igbenogany. He is very good, in fairness. He's normal dev, though, right? Oh, he's star dev, actually. I don't know if we really need Pearson. I mean, we got one of the best, not even one of, probably the best corner group in the league. Flott, I did sign to likely play one of the backup safety roles. I mean, we really don't need corner. Linebacker, we can definitely get in the 3rd round. DT, we got 3 of those. I mean, this team is honestly, genuinely just stacked top to bottom. Obviously, Shaq Mason's getting a little bit worse going. Tight end wouldn't hurt, but I mean, there's not really much we need. Honestly, maybe we should have traded Tank Dell for the running back. That's one of our weakest positions is backup running back. That's a pretty good thing to have an issue on. But yeah, I don't need the corner, so I'm just going to keep going. If he's there at 30, I don't know. It might be tough to pass on him, but Jay Good goes. That was on our list. Kilroy. So let's take a look at edge and defensive cornerback mainly. So what do we have? So O-line, bunch of 2 to 3s. We have a couple of 1 to 2s. McKee, how good was he? So he's 21. Didn't get to scout the rest of them. What is his other rating? So yeah, I just know nothing about him. So many B to Ds. He could literally just be a complete bust. Bowman's interesting because he has a B and B for pass block, run block. Super strong. Ooh. So run block power is an A. Finesse blocking is a D. That's kind of common. B at pass block, B at run block. I would assume he's just good at power block. Although I can't guarantee that because even his pass block power is a D. The strength guys almost always seem to be hidden though. But look at all these centers. Got a lot of players later. I thought we scouted Schultz further. I guess not. So Nance we didn't scout further, but I imagine it's at least a C. Well, it's obviously at least a C power move. I probably should have scouted him further just to see. This is a tough decision. This might be corner. Pearson's still there. Safety. I do like June, though. Really good strength for the hip power. That's a backup, but very fast. I mean, we're just drafting for luxury at this rate anyways. Pearson. 5'11", 21 years old. He would be the perfect slot corner, and he's really fast. I'm going to go for Darren Pearson. I'm going to want a time machine. I will say normal dev sucks, but he is insanely fast. That's what drew me in the first place. 95 speed, 96 excel, 93 excel, 96 change of direction, 93 excel. Jumping's great. I mean, it's going to be hard to pass, to use him over Noah Igbenogany, but we'll have to just see what his ratings are like. And before I skip to the next round, let's make sure that we do have... I did see a ton of 2 to 3s, didn't I? Tons of 3 to 4, so we at least have somebody there at 15 minimum. But let's take a look at the rest of the first round anyways. Shed and a running back to the Chiefs. Let's go to 15, see what we got. Of course, we also have 30. 15 was gained from the trade with Tank Dell, obviously. Victor Cruz, Tyler Cruz, Chamberlain, a bunch of Bs across the board. 21 years old, super weak. I mean, I don't know how much strength actually matters for blocking, but I'd prefer not to find out after drafting. I'd prefer not to. Reynolds is so interesting, even though he doesn't fit the scheme. Any 2 to 3s? So Mackey's still there. This looks, in my opinion, like a trade down. I think we should be looking for late second, early third for this trade down. All right, I don't know if this is a bad trade for us, but 47 for 66, and I think it was like 90-something. So 2 high draft picks the following round, pretty much. So the Jets, they ended up trading for Wise, which is not bad. I think he's all right. But let's see what we want to do. So this pick might be Oldham, if he's there, obviously, but I'm pretty sure 3 to 4, it's pretty much almost never going to be a guy that goes before that, well, 3 spot. Good change of direction, which is huge. Great speed, great excel with a 4.59, and vertical jump's good enough. I want to make sure he is the best, though, because obviously I'm kind of being tricked by all those A's. Hancock, solid change of direction. So worse change of direction, but his speed and jumping is very, very good. Acceleration is solid, though, so another like kind of lacking rating, and then it'd be very crazy to expect either of these 2 guys to be better. Solid change of direction. Change of direction is huge for a linebacker, so if Oldham is the best at that, which it appears to be, I think I'm going to take the chance on Oldham. He is hugely heavy, though. 2'4'2", 6 foot tall. I'm going to go for him. And he's hidden, and he's slow. Bro! I was completely lied to. Hidden development trait, but 70 change of direction. How is that good? That is horrible. I might have to draft another linebacker. I know he's hidden, but there's certain things that are more important than hidden. That is insanely bad. I should have looked at the actual times instead of the left side, because the left side, I'm pretty sure, is dependent on the actual like class itself. That kind of sucks. I ain't gonna lie. DT, we don't even need one, but I kind of want to just grab another one. Do I grab a 6'5" cornerback even though I don't need them? I wish he had good zone coverage because he would be a sick looking safety. Once again, not the most athletic. He's got good speed, but everything else is pretty garbage. I mean, I feel like I would just be kind of taking him just because he's a 6'5" corner, which is a very good reason, in fairness, but is that our number one thing? I do not know. Larry Reynolds, I just don't think fits the scheme at all, but he is so damn intriguing. A power, A tackle. I bet you he's a superstar. I bet he's a superstar. And normally I'd be like, well, if I know he's a superstar or I think he's a superstar, I got to bet on him. But I can't bet on him because I just don't need the position. Center, our guy gets injured a lot. And this guy looks ridiculous. But he is pretty much locked at center. And I know Lane is super tiny. So Morgan makes more sense. And Morgan's very good too. I think I might take Morgan. I think Morgan's going to be my choice. Donald Morgan, the center, potentially guard. And he's hidden. Super strong, decently athletic. And once again, has the size to play more than one position. And I think I completely forgot to look at tight ends, even though that was one of our bigger positional needs going in. This guy actually looks pretty... he's 23. He's not that fast either. Okay, never mind. Burgess got a couple of decent ratings in there. 22. It's decently fast. I think his jumping kind of sucks, but his speed is pretty good. Might be like 85 speed. What about Mackey? 22, 6'3". A little more athletic. Anyone else? Neighbors, maybe? 22, 6'5", slow. I don't know if I really like any of the tight ends here, but we're going to be back to Brevin Jordan then, if that's the case, which he's not bad, but I don't know. Burgess could be worth it. Burgess or the other guy. So 4'6'4" with great speed. Mackey is 1 inch shorter, which is, I mean, it's something. 4'6'3" with great speed, a little bit more athletic, so can't jump as well, but I think Burgess and Mackey, you know, if one of them goes, that would be all right. And then Hodge goes to the Lions, so that would have been the perfect time to trade up for him if we wanted to, but I don't know. Other than like a clickbait title, there really isn't a reason to grab him. I'm kind of worried about those tight ends because somehow, magically, they are both untouched. Okay, I can't really go this way, can I? We do have the 6'4" corner. He's not quite 6'5". I think he was a little bit slower as well, but he is 21. Yeah, poor speed. What the hell am I supposed to do with poor speed? That's useless. Although I don't really trust that left side anyways, do I? Let's go to the tight end. See if they're still there, right? Unless I sold. I don't know who to take, though. I mean, the only ratings I know... Burgess. Well, actually, let's take a look, as the backside kind of shows more sometimes. Carrion's an A. Medium. So medium route is C. So a bunch of A to C's with a medium route being C. Let's take a look at Mackey. Mackey's medium route is A. Oh, dude. Spec catch. I mean, Mackey looks better. I mean, A medium route is massive. He looks slightly faster and more athletic in general. So I think I'm going to go Rennell Mackey, who is normal dev, 84 speed. I got to compare him to the other guy. 74 jumping too. That is an iffy call. We did not do the best. Watch him go to the Chiefs. If he would have went to the Chiefs and he was a goon, I would have been so mad. Burgess to the Raiders. A lot of guys I want to look at. There's Colts. A bunch of linebackers that were, taken in that round. Brennan, he's 6'4", but like he's just not worth it. I really don't need another wide receiver. Like, I really don't. But Judge with that speed, I mean, do I kind of have no choice or what? Like, look at how fast he is. Terrence Judge, hidden dev, who would have thought? 98 speed, 98 excel, 99 agility, 96 jump. We have ourselves a kick returner, I think. I think we have a legitimate kick returner. This is Ford all over again. But because we have a Ford already, we can use him at kick return and not worry about the injuries. And the fact that the potential other one is there still, another elite speed, elite jumping, elite agility, elite excel, change direction's good, but with that jump as well, I mean, I would assume it's another speedster. Clay's also decent looking, he's kind of a bigger body. I don't know if we really need him though, especially with the guy we just grabbed. Running back is interesting. I really want Mallard because it's a fun backup quarterback who's got speed, but don't really need him. But running back is here. There's a couple of decent ones. Crothers, Wall, Elam. I don't know who the best is. I'm probably just going to go off of speed and maybe trade up for one. So 4.47, but the left side looks terrible. I know Wall was pretty slow, I'm pretty sure. 4.41. Oh, he's actually way faster. 4.41, and then Crothers, who is 4.40. Great solid marginal versus Wall, who is great, good, decent, which is a little bit better. So I don't know who's going to go where, but I'm just going to slow sim to our next pick. And as soon as one of those two running backs goes, I do think Wall's slightly better. We're going to just make the trade up, I think. Oh, damn, Crothers went. All right, so we're going to the Broncos. And this is a really, worthy trade up because this is actually their last draft pick. So if they really need more players, they need to make that trade. They had no other draft picks for this round, or for this draft. 28 in the 6. We can still maybe trade up for that quarterback. I'm interested in him for sure. Clay's also still pretty interesting. But Dorian Wall, B ball carrier, B break tackle, actually has a little bit of catching, and he has elite strength. Of course, a beast truck, B stiff arm, but I actually, kind of stopped caring about that a long time ago because those ratings are just lies half the time. So Wall is our choice. Sadly normal, but 91 speed, 93 excel with 84 strength for a pure power back type, and he's kind of a white guy, kinda. That's interesting. Oh, I also learned that we can actually get rid of Howard for a huge savings. So that might be what I do here. We trade Titus Howard to the Buccaneers for a 5th round pick. Not bad. Still actually really good. He's got 80s across the board. And we get potentially a quarterback, I think. I think Matthias Mallard, interesting name. Looks kind of raw, but once again, speedy. That's all that really mattered to me. Oh, and he's hidden! I mean, it doesn't really matter, to be honest, but that is kind of cool. Okay, I didn't really even think that he could be hidden, but I guess it makes sense. He's kind of like a special speed build, if you will. A little slower than I was hoping. 4.46, I was hoping for 91, 92 speed, but I guess it makes sense. 90 throw power, I mean, he's good enough. We've got ourselves a backup. Hell yeah. That's a fun little pick. Why not? Who isn't happy about that? I think that's cool. I think he's going to make preseason even more fun than regular, which I actually really like preseason. Oh my god. Why? I've got to do it. Okay, he is normal, thankfully, honestly, because it's how much speed do you need? Taking the whole speed away from the league. Don't know what overall he's going to be, but we've got wide receiver now, so we lose Tank Dell, but we gain a lot more than that. And honestly, if Clay's still there, I might take him as well. I might just load up on wide receiver. He's gone. This pick, I don't know what it's going to be, but maybe a backup safety. Coles. Expect great things. I don't know what the slogan is. I'm going to take Antoine Goodrich. He's got B power move. He's got 32 reps, which is only 84 strength. I mean, whatever, I guess. I don't even know if he'll be on the roster, but it's a 7th round pick. What do you want from me? And then in this pick, we didn't have a fullback, so let's grab ourselves a fullback. We kind of addressed almost everything we needed, right? Mitchell looks the best, right? I mean, there's no question here. Mark Mitchell, welcome to the squad. New fullback, man. Not the strongest, but welcome. 81 strength, fair enough. All right, here we go to the draft recap. Obviously, there's some players we want to see that weren't on our actual roster. What are the overalls going to be? I think that corner is going to be 76. I think he's going to be 76. Oh, he's 80. Oldham was 76, so in fairness, he's not the fastest. Change direction kind of sucks, but he is a decent overall. Pearson is our new number 3. Insane catching, great man in zone, presses, pretty good, and, injury toughness worries me a little bit, but I think, is there a boost for, I don't know if they do that anymore. Obviously Oldham, and we got a bunch of, hidden devs. We don't know what their devs are. We'll wait till the actual season plays on. It'd have been cool if Oldham was somehow a pass rusher, because he is, 242. Don't think we've seen the power finesse, revealed, so there's that. I mean, this guy kind of needs to be a superstar or X Factor, though, because he is pretty rough, considering. And then Morgan, 71 overall, kind of raw. He would be playing probably left guard in the future, so we'll move him over to left guard. I don't know when that would be. Maybe an injury comes along. Put him at number 64. I mean, I'll probably change a lot of the names and numbers and whatnot. If you guys have suggestions for stuff, you think would be really cool for different positions, that would be, great. Kind of like Mackey's name as is, though. But looking at him, another kind of injury-prone guy. He has aggressive and possession, which is all that really matters, I guess. Catch it on the, run of the catch, run after catch, whatever the hell it's called. That one's pretty good too. But aggressive and possession is really the main thing you need for a tight end. And then Judge, we already knew, fast and whatnot. But Judge, hidden development trait, 98 speed, 98 excel, 99 agility, 96 jump, 88 spec catch. I mean, it's basically guaranteed that he is, well, a superstar dev, I would say. Wall, I'm interested to see what Carruthers was, but Wall was the guy I wanted more than the other guy, so, I mean, I'm not complaining. I will say with the trucking and stiff arm was kind of on par for that B, so maybe it does matter. Stamina's terrible. Injuries, okay. Toughness, not great. Fights for yards. It does have a little bit of catching on him as well. What else do we have? Mallard, only a 66 overall. I think because Mallard has zero chance to dev up, I am going, well, because we're not going to start him, I am going to take a look at his dev just to see what we're cooking with. I'm kind of curious. What's his dev? Yeah, kind of star like I figured. He would be such a long shot to use, but obviously he's just a fun backup at this point, and he'll never be the starter. The only way he's a starter is if Stroud gets injured, but even then he's not like a long-term starter. Another high-spec catch, Clark, fits even more as the return man because he has like almost no chance to be an actual receiver. What else do we have? The DT, it doesn't really matter. I might just release him right now, and there's not really much going for him. That is not worth a roster spot at all. And then the fullback, 74 overall, not bad at all. Mark Mitchell, run block 68, pretty good. Trucking 84, that's pretty good. 90 lead block. So once again, oh my God, with these injuries, stamina, and toughnesses though. But it's not really worth paying a fullback, is it? So looking at some of the guys that were drafted above us, Foster was a 79 overall. That looks like a generational to me. That is insane. Pick 1 overall. I think there's landed the Browns. They're Joe Thomas. Damn, superstar dev. He is a freak. I do want to take a look at, well, who's the highest overall? Was it our guy? It was our guy. Damn, we know how to draft. But I do want to see the right tackle. Phillips, I was definitely interested in grabbing him, but that was way too high. Very raw. I would be shocked if he was superstar dev. It would just be a random superstar dev, not a generational only star. So we obviously dodged a bullet there, technically. What about tight end? 82 speed, 90 excel. I mean, there's no way. Unless there was like a guarantee that he would be a superstar or X Factor, there's zero chance I could draft him. There's just no way I could do that. And he's only star. Oh my God, that is a terrible draft pick. He is really bad. Any other players? Do we have anyone like in front of us? Good was on my list. Jay Good. Hidden development. A lot of hiddens. Good power move. Good speed and excel as well, but not great. And then superstar dev. So that would have been a really, really good depth guy for us. But I think Pearson ended up working out pretty well. He might even be the title. I drafted an 80 overall rookie or something like that. Obviously very good. Let's take a look at the rest, though. I'm kind of curious to see what the Chiefs running back was like, because they didn't even need a running back. They have Pacheco, but I guess they wanted another one. Maybe they fell for the name Tomlinson. Great change of direction, very speedy. Trucking's pretty decent. Juke move's good enough. What about the catching? Very good receiving back for CPU generated. This is kind of our number one competition right now. I mean, you can call us looking ahead too far, but I mean, that's the team that's given us the most struggles. I mean, I'm not really worried about the rest of the teams around here. Toon, 68 overall. McKee was on my list, 76 overall. Hidden development trait. Finesse blocking was very, very bad. Didn't really know a whole lot about him. Let's take a look at the dev. I mean, any of these devs is just random anyways. Wow. Superstar, though. Random or not, that does suck. Having a superstar lineman to go with Tunsil would have been really good. We'll take a look at Schultz. Ooh, Rose. Got some speed. Hidden. I definitely would have noticed Rose, too, just based on the speed alone, if I actually scouted the tight end. So, definitely sold it a little bit because, while the tight end, the backup, doesn't get that much for us, it is by far our weakest position, right? Normal? Okay, at least it makes me feel a little bit better, but 6'6", 88 speed, and was the lead character in The Walking Dead. Tell me that don't look like Rick, though. Injury's really good. Stamina's decent. Toughness is a little iffy, but decent route running, and then obviously insanely athletic, especially for the size. Not the best run blocker, though. Kind of wish I would have looked at our guys' run blocking. Nance was on my list, but I didn't scout him enough to know. Blackshear was a little bit of an L. I thought no, maybe it was a B block shed. Either way, power move, block shed, very similar. There's not much we could have done with him unless he was an X Factor anyways. So, I mean, we have Creed who's getting wasted, let alone if we added another guy to that list. Another super speedy tight end. And this one was hidden. 88 speed, 91 excel, 83 catching. Pretty sure I talked about how I wanted a smaller but fast tight end as well. And this is exactly what he is. And he's superstar. You know what would have happened? I would have had Rose and him scouted. And the moment one of them went, I would have traded up for the other one. We would have had ourselves an 88 speed, 91 excel superstar tight end. I don't know why that position just completely escaped my mind, but it absolutely did. It was a position that I even talked about before the draft, and it just slipped my mind. I came back, seen wide receiver, and I was like, okay, there's a lot of speed to wide receivers. I think we're good. We were not good. We were the opposite of good. Maybe not the opposite, but we were not good. That's all I can say. Oh, here's the 6'5 corner, Hodge. Normal dev, 71 overall. Once again, would have made a cool... Wow, that catching sucks. Would have made a cool title, maybe thumbnail, but beyond that, not really. There's not really much going on there. They had a couple linebackers I'm kind of curious. So Hancock was on my list. Also hidden. Does it show the change direction, or I have to back out to see that? 83 agility for a linebacker seems crazy good, though. Let's take a look what his dev is. Obviously, we don't know Oldham. He might be like a superstar, maybe an X Factor, but Hancock was star. Change direction. Where the hell is Hancock? 73, so not much better, thankfully. Here's Reynolds. I'm definitely curious to see. Okay, normal dev, so very good. 81 in power move. He's got a chance to be one of the best nose tackles in the league because 81 power move out the gate is very strong for a nose tackle. Usually they're block shed only. So what else do we have? We have Reese, who had 72 change of direction, so not much better. But, normal dev. If Oldham has superstar, I can get behind the decision because most of the linebackers were actually really bad change of direction anyways. Was Curry on my list? He might have been, but he's not that fast either. And then Carruthers, that is one of the Carruthers I had, but that's obviously not the one I'm talking about. The one I wanted to talk about. Oh, here's Burgess, 85 speed. Why? Why do I suck? Obviously, I'll take a look at his dev. Why am I the worst? Oh, my lord. What's his dev? Okay, I've seen so many superstar and X Factor tight ends that I've truly feared the worst. Where's the cornerback? I thought the corner's name was Cates. He was 6'4". I don't know what his name is. Where was everyone else? Was maybe late third? Damn, I can't believe we just took the sell at tight end. We had a hidden one. Where the hell? There's Crothers, who is not Carruthers, who is hidden development trait and significantly better than our guy. The only thing he doesn't have on our guy is the change of direction, but hidden development trait. Sweet. What's his dev? Dev is thankfully only star, but that kind of sucks. Anyone else? I wanted to see the 6'4 corner, but I can't find him anywhere. I don't know what was his name? I think it was Brennan. Brennan. Is he was pretty late. I don't see him anywhere. Was he all the way in the 6th? I probably passed him up multiple times. Oh, there he is. Brennan, 73 overall. He is hidden. Oh my, that's speed though. They literally got Brandon Browner back, but nowhere near as heavy. 6'4", 87 speed. I mean, he has to pretty much be a superstar X Factor to be... Okay, he is a superstar. To be worth it, because that is crazy. That's interesting. It'll be interesting to see how they develop him, but that's basically the draft class for season... What is this now? Is this the 3rd draft we've done? Or technically the 4th, because we're going into season 4? I think this is the 3rd draft. But either way, it was a pretty good draft class for us, and then obviously with the offseason, including Trent Brown... I mean, we had ourselves... They want us to trade Flott. Flott's just going to be a safety, probably a number 3 safety. But we ended up with, I think, a pretty good group of players. I will say A.J. Dillon is intriguing me because he is super powerful. Strength. This is your best chance to get these types of players. You're just not going to get them during the regular season. Also has a little bit of run block. Maybe play a little fullback, perhaps. A little fullback dive action. But I don't think we're going to do that. Painter's in free agency again. What's his run block? He is really good at run block, but he is insanely slow. I think I'm cool. Romeo Dobbs is a free agent. Sky Moore is a free agent. Some pretty good players here. I know these names don't mean as much as they used to because they're definitely older than they were, but they're still all right. Luke Barnes, interesting. Tyler Dunn. I mean, we really don't need wide receiver. I'm kind of curious about Jalen Hyatt though. What's his release? 66. That's where these guys just aren't getting re-signed. Is that release is just so unusably bad. Tight end, I think we're completely fine on, other than trying to get a mentor, but I don't think you're going to find a mentor that's also halfway decent as a player. They're all like really slow, just burdens to the roster. Clowney's here though, which is pretty cool. He chases a couple of decent teams. I think he's a good addition. Add him to the squad, have some depth, and also help upgrade our players because he is a mentor. Not bad. I want players that aren't just mentors. I want players that, if they had a step in, they can still perform, And I think Clowney absolutely could. Whereas some of these other guys, they're just really bad. Wait, Mosley doesn't have the mentor tag? Like 84 speed is not terrible. Really good hit power, decent zone, decent block shed, but somehow, someway, Kendricks. Somehow, someway, he's just not good. Yeah, Kendricks is definitely good. Add him to the list. Although Murray probably doesn't need the mentorship as much. And I don't know if he loses the tag if I move him over. Cornerback, any corner mentors? William Jackson's still pretty fast. He's not very good though. Marcus Peters not bad. He's a little slow, but he is good mentor and whatnot. So I don't know who we're going to be able to release because we pretty much have a full roster right now, which we need to change. Free safety, especially with Sermon being a superstar and so young. Amos is definitely a really good name to add. And then I don't think you're going to find a speedy safety other than Amos is pretty much the fastest you're going to find for a mentor. Cook, he's kind of cooked. Some really good kickers though. Maybe Fairbairn didn't need the contract. There's some names here, some strength. There's a lot, but either way, I think that might be all of our additions. Only thing going forward would be subtractions, really. But yeah, we got a lot of names to switch around and roster positions to change around. And I don't know if Stroud's going to play much, if any, of preseason. So we'll see what happens there. Maybe the final game. But this is what the roster kind of looks like right now. I can't expect too much to change. Tunsil's obviously going to be left tackle with Brown being right tackle. So we've definitely improved the right tackle position quite a bit. The Patriots just lending a hand, if you will. And our depth only gets better. Obviously, the new cornerback, Pearson, who is already higher than Noah Igbenogany, is going to be the number 3. And who knows, with a chance at a breakout for him, if he becomes the third great corner on this team, as our team is really developing. Last year felt like it was going to be our year. Little shocked that the Chiefs did what they did to us, especially since we beat them earlier in the season pretty handily, but it's just the way it is. These are the sliders. I didn't change anything since the divisional round, so this is literally what we're rocking with. I think everything is very good. I think it makes a lot of sense that we have what we have, and I don't know. I think they play pretty well, right? The Chiefs are the only team that really gave us troubles, and they scored at will, and that was really that. The Bills we beat, and we still almost beat the Chiefs. We were scoring at will as well, so it's not like it was just a one-sided affair. We still have training camp to do, and obviously preseason, so that'll be Monday's episode, I imagine. So be on the lookout for that. And yeah, unless we get 500 likes on this video before, midday Sunday, I think that'll be Monday's video. Regardless, though, if you guys enjoyed, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I really do appreciate your continued support, especially on this series. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel, PK Plays, all that good stuff. And that's really it. Thanks for watching. I don't know if this is the last video for the day. Probably was. I would probably have had the rebuild earlier today, or maybe it's tomorrow. I have no idea, but definitely 2 videos at least today. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, See ya!